G'day, welcome back. I'd especially like to welcome my new subscribers, and I hope you enjoy the content on my channel. If you missed part 5 of my model steam engine my way build, there's a link up there now. Go watch that first, then come back and watch this one. Alright, so let's not muck around, dilly-dally or any other damn thing. Let's head over to the lathe over there and see what I'm going to do with this crankshaft, because I still haven't made up my mind just how I'm going to do it. Alrighty, so just before we get on with this, I thought I'd show you this. This is where we're kind of at with this thing. It's starting to look like a steam engine now. Looks pretty groovy, doesn't it? I'm loving it. But anyway, that's not today's job. Today's job is to machine this damn crankshaft. Now, I spent a lot of time thinking about this last night, and what I want to do is, while I've still got all this meat here, I want to machine the centre part before I machine the next piece on the other side here. So what I'm going to do is, what I've done is basically flipped it over. So that's the way it was. I've flipped it over this way. I've marked it all out on here just where I think that journal should be. That's it, sort of like there. That's a 3/8 centre, 3/8 inch centre from here to here. I don't want to have to chomp through all of this, so what I'm going to do is take it over the mill and just mill a bit out of here so that I just don't have to chomp through that bit. Anyway, so put it in arse about from the way it was before, and what I did was, while I still had it all set up this way, was I went in and I touched this tool off on there, and then I moved it back 3/8 of an inch and zeroed it so that I know when I'm into 3/8. But anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is take it over the mill and just mill a little slot in the top here so I just don't have to machine that stuff away. Alrighty, so that land will be in there. This gap will be 8mm, so I'm just going to run a 6mm end mill through there just to leave some clearance so that I can just clean the sides up. I really don't want to be chomping through too much of this. Alrighty, so I think to save myself some more chomping, I might go and cut this and this bit off here, just so I don't have to chomp through that as well. Not all of it, but you know, maybe 2/3 of that bit there. So I'll see you back at the lathe after I've done that. Alrighty, so over some lunch I re-watched Mark Presling's video on his 10H build that he made from a kit and how he machined his crankshaft. And what I've done, I've set this up the way, well, I think he did his. So he's got this all centered up, and then he moved everything back 3/4 of an inch, because it's a 3/8 throw, which gives you double this 3/4 of an inch, so that when it's zeroed over here, you swing it back over, it should be zero here, which is kind of what I got. I messed around with that for ages, about as close as I could get. But anyway, I'm still not 100% certain that that is correct, but what should tell me whether it is or it isn't, we're done with the tool here, is, it doesn't look right. That should be here in the centre. What the hell is going on here? I'll come back to you. Alrighty, it's fucking raining here again. I've had another play with this and I think I got it right now. So there's a zero. Back this away exactly 3/4 of an inch. 750 thou. There we go. Bring it around here. And there's my zero. And let me get that out of the way. This tool back on. Bring it over into here and have a bit of a look. Now these aren't precise, these mill marks, but you can see that it's sort of there or thereabout. Alrighty, so I'll get on with the scary bit. Get some sort of a zero going here with this tool. Z. Come on, get in there. This is really just a bit of docket paper. It's really thin. It's about as thick as a cigarette paper. Alright, I'm going to call that 0 for the time being. So out of there. Now I'm pretty sure this tip is 3mm. Yeah, we'll call that 3. I'll advance at 3mm. 3mm, 0 again. Now I want to move across 4mm. There's still a fair bit to come off there. Alright. Alrighty, this is an awfully scary bloody thought, this is. Let's see how we went. That should be 4mm thick, that web. Alright, I'll come over and do the other side. I want an 8mm wide gap in here. I probably should have made up a piece of tool steel to do this with. That doesn't look very even, does it? That's wider there than it is there. I think I'll try and do something about that now while I still can. That's a bit better. Still not dead centre though. Still wants to go down that way a bit. I'm getting a little concerned that I milled in too far when I came in from this side. Round all the way there. I know. It's 9mm, still another millimetre come out of there yet. I'll bring you back a little later when I get close to getting this done. Well, I've got to say, that's not something I'd want to do every day. I had a little bit of chatter on one spot there now, which is a bit of a pisser, but I've got that. It's 100th over 8mm. Good, that's saying bloody 400ths under. What's going on here? 400ths under. Bugger. I'm going to polish it up a little bit if I can without losing my knuckles. Stuff's getting pretty worn, so with luck it'll just polish it up a bit without taking too much off. Alrighty, so all that's left to do is I just want to round these ends off, but I won't be using that bloody thing to do it. Alrighty, I think that'll do that. I'll have to round them off a bit too, but I'll probably do that when I machine the other end. Alright, I'm sweating profusely. I'm gonna call it quits for the day. I've had enough because I've got to get out the collet chuck and put it on there, and there's something on modification I want to make to that before I use it. So I don't want to mess around today doing it. Alrighty, so that's that for today. Alrighty, so after getting that messing around with it for quite a while, I've got to run through, so I'll get and finish this damn thing off. Alrighty, I'm going to change over to a bigger nose radius on this tip so I get a better finish. Alrighty, so let's get a bit more accurate than the gasometer. See where we're at. 8.165 there. .2 up there. Rightio, so I know that I know these shafts fit really nicely in those bushes, so I'll just make it that's 200ths under. Right, 0.07. No, let's go 0.05. Check it again. Alrighty, I did what I did a little earlier on something else and snuck it up 1 or 2 hundredths about here and then about here again. So snuck it in, not out. There we go. Bingo. That one's right where I want it. And that's pretty much right where I want it. So is that. Let's try a bush on there. Beautiful. Yeah, like a bloody bought one. Alright, so just got to clean this, thin this out a bit now. We're about nearly at my maximum recording time, so I'll leave you and come back. Well, it's a shopping day today, so when I finish this, we'll be heading off shopping, and then I'll think about while I'm out what I'm going to do this afternoon. Alrighty, so excuse my messy bench, but there it is. Look at that. These 2 bolts out because they stripped. I'm going to have to drill them a bit deeper and rethread them. Well, actually, I rethreaded this one already, but it needs to be drilled just a little bit deeper so I can get a longer bolt in it. And the 2 bushes are missing from the inside because I've got to modify them. But the way I see it, I can't really do that until I make the crankshaft and make sure of the alignment with this in here, because it may need to come slightly on one side than the other just to get it all properly aligned. That works a treat. Beautiful. Like a bloody bought one, and he much more better. Alrighty, so while you guys weren't looking this morning, I've got in and drilled and tapped some holes in here to bolt these 2 bits together, because let's face it, that sort of shit's just boring as. Didn't leave myself a lot of room here for these nuts, but anyway, that's life. So I reckon next I'll head back over to the lathe and use a bit of this 5/16 round to make some little oiler cups. I want one for there, one for there, and one for there. I don't think I need any more than that. I think that'll do me. But anyway, over to the lathe it is. Alrighty, so this is the plan stand. Just going to clean this up ever so slightly on the outside. In fact, I'm tempted just to polish it up, not turn it at all, so I don't lose any of the diameter. I'm going to use the back edge of this to put a little undercut on the back, down to for an M3 thread, and then I'm going to stick this 6mm centre drill up inside it to make cup, and then I'll change over to a 1mm drill to finish it off. And I hope like hell I don't break the damn thing off in there. Anyway, here it goes. Yeah, no, I think I'll just polish that up. I'll do that way I don't lose anything off the OD. Get up in there and drill a hole in it. One little question is how far in I'll go. I reckon about that deep there will be deep enough. Once again, I've got no plans for this. I'm just making it up as I go. I'll make it a bit deeper than that. I'll go to the back edge of that line. That looks better. How deep is that? See, once again, I've faced it off and not bloody 0 to Z. I hate it when I do that. Rightio, where are we at? 4.5, so another 1.5 millimeters come off that. Righty, let's drill that 1mm hole in there and see if the drill's going to break on me. Alrighty, I don't really want to change this setup, but anyway, I'm going to have to. It didn't seem to leave a lot of, it seemed to leave about 5mm there, but hopefully there's enough there for a thread. Looks like that drill went all the way through. Yeah, just. Alrighty, so I'll make another couple of these, and then we'll put them back into the collet and just thread them. Alrighty, so I actually bought myself a nice new M3 button die to do this with, but the damn thing is just slightly larger than the holders I have for all my other button dies. The M4's the same, bit of a pain really. So I'm just going to have to do it this way. I just did one to try it out, it worked okay, so. It's such a fine thread and it's such a soft material, it'd be pretty easy to strip this thing thin. You know it's easy, soft going when you can screw it at the hand like that. Alrighty, so that's that one done. I did manage to make all three of these without breaking that drill. You could hear it as I was getting deeper and deeper. You could hear it start to squeal a bit as it started. Oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. As I got deeper and deeper, you could hear it squealing a bit. You know, as it started to clog up. It's cutting a decent thread on there. You can see that enough. Checked it with a nut. Alrighty. Alrighty, so I don't know whether we can focus on that or not. Let's have it come out. Pretty groovy. Do the job. Three of them. Like I bought one, only much more better. Righty, would you believe it? It's lunchtime and it's bar day today, so I don't know if I'll do any more this afternoon. Didn't get much sleep last night. I had a snooze before I go to the bar. Anyway, gonna have some lunch. Alrighty, so I thought I'd drill and tap these, get those in there. I haven't done that one yet because I'm still don't know whether I'm going to have to machine a bit off here or not. And I think next up what I'll do is make the, well, I'm going to have to make this Conrod in 2 pieces, I think, join them together. But I'll tell you what, you can't complain about this. That spins so nice. Anyway, once I make up the Conrod, then I'll be able to work out what I need to do with these 2 inner bushes. So, you know, whether they're dead centre or off to one side, just a little or whatever. And then, anyway, I still got to make the eccentric here yet, and I got all those plans got sent to me last night. And this is the eccentric here, but the thing is, there's 2 of them, and I'm not sure which one's supposed to be bloody which. I just don't know. I've got a feeling it's this one here, but I will find out, I suppose. If it's not right the first time I make one, I'll make a second one. But alright, I've also got there's this shaft here, has to be turned down to 3mm on the end where it fits up into this little bit on the end here and threaded, and I have to make the valve for in there yet. And these plans, I was really hoping these plans would tell you more about the valve, but they tell you bugger all about it, so I'm going to have a bit of a guess on some of that. I hope like how it works. Well, I'm getting really close now. Like I said, there's the eccentric, the crankshaft, both ends of the crankshaft. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to let me get that out of there. This bit in here. Let's slide that back out of the way. Come on, damn you, slide. This nut here, I've got a feeling I'm going to have to shorten it up a little bit so it'll move back in some more, because the crosshead here only has about 3/4 of an inch of movement, and that's what the throw is on this. And I don't want to bang it into things, so I might just have to shorten that up. I can probably take maybe 2mm off the end of it, so it screws right up like this one does. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm heading off to the bar for a refreshing ale shortly. Alrighty, so I'll get on with making this Conrod. I'll put the 4-jaw back on, so I'm going to make it out of that and this. I haven't even decided, maybe a piece of that 5/16 round, I don't know. Maybe out of 3 bits, because I don't want to chew all this up. That's the only piece of that I've got. I'd rather not turn all that down into something that doesn't need to be that small. But anyway, let's do this. We get down to 3/4 of an inch, 19mm. I don't think it needs to go yet. 5.5mm yet. Close enough for me. Alrighty, I should have checked the condition of this battery before I started. I better go and change it before it goes flat on me. Alrighty, so as per usual, I'm just making this up as I go. So I'm going to machine this down so it ends up with a nice sort of scallop in it to about 8mm round on the end. This tool could do with not sticking out so far, to be honest. Anyway. Oh, yeah, that might do, I think. Yeah, that'll do that. Bit of burring there to get rid of. Oh yeah. So now I'm going to get, oh no, before I do that, I want to drill and tap a hole in the end here, M6. Right, I'll get that out of there, head over to the mill. I need to machine it down to only 8mm thick, so 4mm or whatever of each side, and then I'll have to cut it off and drill and tap 2 holes down through here, bolt it back together, and then put an 8mm hole down through the centre. At this point in the video, I'd like to thank my patrons. This continued support is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to become a patron, there's a link down in the description. You can sign up there and drop me a couple of dollars every month. If you don't want to be a regular contributor, there's always buy me a coffee. Now, let's get back to the build. Alrighty, so I need to take 0.95 off each side of this. Sweet, I'll do that. $1 million question, did I get it right? Stop. There's bang on 8mm, which is too big. I didn't go 0.95, I went 0.9, so yeah, it won't fit in there. So I better take that other bit more off. Go down that extra 0.05.
A few minutes later.
Oh yeah, should fit now. Oh, still a bit tight. I think rather than try and mill that off, I think I'll just try and sand that off once I've finished doing everything else to it. So it won't take much to make it fit in there. Alright, well I'll bring you back when I'm finished cutting that off and got this all set up ready to drill some holes in here. Alrighty, I don't know how well that's going to work out. That was just put in there as an oil hole, so you can just put a couple of drops of oil that'll run down into the lubricate the crankshaft. We're nearly there, so while you weren't looking, I've drilled and tapped it, and put a few couple of studs in it, machine it away so I can get a couple of nuts on there. That'll be the top, so they can just dribble a couple of drops of oil in there and run down into the crankshaft. So we're getting there. It's iced coffee o'clock. Alrighty, lucky last job for today. This is the bit to join the Conrod, or the crankshaft and the Conrod to the crosshead. Alrighty, I reckon by the time I turn that down a bit, it'll be okay. So that's it for today. Tomorrow morning I'll get that back in the lathe and do what I've got to do. That I'm going to turn the back end the same way. I do the back end the same as I did to this end of this. This has come out alright. So that's good. Alright, till tomorrow. Alrighty. So I wasn't real pleased with that bit I made yesterday afternoon. It just wasn't right, so this morning I made a new one, and that's it there. Now I've just had a little play around with trying to see how long this connecting rod here needs to be, and this is pretty close to the mark, this one. It's a little bit cockeyed, and it needs to be around this way a bit more, but good part is, I just lost one of these things. I don't know where it got to. I dropped it and it's grown legs of walk. Good thing is nothing hits in here. Alright, so nothing hits there. And when I've got the back plate in there with that with this nut in it, it just makes it up to it and then stops. So I think I will just shorten the thread up a bit on this so that you can screw in a bit further, and it'll sure that it won't hit then, and it doesn't, the full rearward stroke, come on damn it, get in there, it doesn't come out the back, so that's cool. Anyway, that's about all I got time for this week, I think. Really do hope that you're enjoying watching me do this and you're getting something from it, and maybe encouraging you to have a crack. But anyway, if you are enjoying it, make sure you give it a great big thumbs up and smash that like button, because you know it helps me out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.